Customer experience is probably one of my hot topics. It's something that I strive for, to have a better customer experience than most are having. And DealerSocket's ability for us to see the customer's information right there in front of us, from the notes to everything. So we can kind of tell a story, where we're appointment setters, we can tell a story to the salesman so the customer doesn't have to repeat themselves. And so it helps that relationship when you put the notes that Joe is looking at this and he's trading this and his attitude is this, so he's gonna wanna try to negotiate. We've talked about that. So it just kind of prepares the salesperson to understand what that customer wants. And it allows your BDC, just with Blackbird and how you get the notifications now up on the top for the leads, how many open leads we have. It allows us to get on top of that quicker, instead of the old style of going to filters and untouched web leads and going through that. It allows it to be right in front and center for me as a manager, and front and center for my BDC reps. So like switching to Blackbird was extremely difficult for me, because most people hate change. It's just how we're wired. But at Digital Dealer, we were going through some different things, and it's kind of like an old girlfriend. I kept going to it because you know everything, and so to compare it to an old girlfriend was kind of like that clicking moment for me, that I was like, wow, that's actually probably true. And it allowed me to go into a different mindset, like just delete the old girlfriend's phone number from your cell phone. Get rid of it, like it doesn't exist anymore. Blackbird is more, she's a 9, and so it's one of those things that, you're gonna have to work for it. It's gonna have to retrain your mind. You're gonna have to figure out new hot points for it. But once I did that, I absolutely love the system. The things that I like, the homepage, you're able to tweak that however you want to. So it allows me as a manager to have the things that are the single most important things up front, and where I want them to be, not where DealerSocket thought they should be, but where I want them to be. And it allows each rep to basically tweak it however they see fit. And so it allows us to have things up in front of us that are the single most important thing to us. And just like with Sales Dashboard, I look at how many leads we've gotten, how many phone calls we've gotten. That's just a simple way of having a huge snapshot of what our day's looking like, because we know that going into a Saturday, if we have 60 appointments, we're gonna sell probably 65 to 70 cars. And so it allows us to have that snapshot. So I look at how many leads we're getting, how many phone calls we're getting, how many appointments we've set for the day, how many a lot of dealers don't look at their be-back traffic, but it allows me to see that be-back traffic and see that we're getting customers back into our showroom. The search capability with the bar now, it's more of a user error. If you don't like it, it's a user error, and it brings the most relative information up front. And so, if you have a Joe Smith, you're probably gonna have a lot of Joe Smith, but it does allow that newest entity to come up top, so you're not searching as far down as you normally would. It allows you to drill down what you're kind of looking for, because you can say Joe F-150 and it'll kind of get a little more smart than it actually used to be, which was just a simple search function, and that was all it was. This gives you a little more flexibility to dig a little deeper. But being with DealerSocket, the customer support, just the overall platform with Blackbird and some different things that you all have opened up, has made it to where there's not even a reason to leave.